Hi Danish learner, welcome back to my channel, Danish Matters. I'm Tina Baga, your Danish friend and tutor, and this channel, if you're new, is about the Danish language and the Danish culture. I hope that you're going to like the videos here. Please like and subscribe as it will help this channel immensely. Now, I do lots of videos where I write a word in Danish and then I write, what kind of word is that? Because there are so many words that confuse Danish learners, either because of the pronunciation or because the way it's used or expressions with it or other things, the use of this word. So that is why I take different words and I talk about them in my videos. It's not all I do, but that is also what I do, yeah? Today I'm going to talk about the word pleje, and there might be Danish learners out there saying, but shouldn't you say pleje instead with an R? Yes and no. And that is, of course, why I talk about this word, because it has different meanings. But yes, let's take that first one first. So, pleje is a word. It is the present tense of pleje, and it means something that you usually do. You will come across this word, I think, in beginners learning material for Danish learners. So if you're talking about beginners kind of phrases like how you get to work or how you get to your language class at your language school, for example, that could be this word that you would use. You could say, jeg plejer at cykle, or jeg plejer at tage bussen. Means I usually bike or I usually take the bus. Yeah, that's what it means. So that is definitely pleje, something that you usually do. So we could say, vi gør som vi plejer. We do like we usually do. Or there's also actually an expression, and that is plejer er død. The word plejer, usual, is dead. That's the expression. That is what it means. And that could be, for example, if someone suggests something and then another person suggests something else, and then someone says, men vi plejer, we usually do this and that. Vi plejer at blah, blah, blah. And then someone might say, plejer er død, like let's do something else than we usually do. Let's have another perspective. Let's do something else. Plejer er død, yeah, that's the expression. That is that word, plejer, the one that you probably will come across if you're a beginner, or you have come across if you are no longer a beginner learning the Danish language. The other meaning of this word is pleje, and that means to nurse or to take care of someone. So that could be if you work with patients at a hospital, or you work with people in an institution of some kind. That's often this word. It's a very broad word. It could also be privately. I could say, maybe it's a little formal, but I mean, I could say, jeg plejer min søn, for han er syg. So I take care of my son. I nurse my son because he is sick. Or jeg plejer min bedstemor. I nurse my grandmother because she's old, because she's sick, or yeah. So also for, of course, elderly parents, jeg plejer min mor, jeg plejer min far, that as well. Yeah, that is the pleje word, to nurse, to take care of. So that is, of course, in a lot of hospital, institution kind of fields. Yeah, so you could say, jeg plejer patienterne, jeg plejer beboerne. Beboer is someone who is living at a certain place. It could be in a neighborhood, it could be in a building block, but it could also be in an institution, like say for handicapped people or for people who are mentally ill. So it's a very broad word. Yeah, when you say pleje, it could be for a lot of different people. There's also plejefamilie. So that is a family who take in a child that is not their own, like biologically, and they take care of that child. They treat that child as part of their own family. Yeah, plejefamilie. So that is also why there is a word called plejebarn, for example, or plejebarn. And then, of course, sygeplejerske. Yeah, inside that word, pleje. Yeah, sygeplejerske. The ske is a feminine ending, and that is from back in the day when only women were having these types of jobs. But today, of course, a man can also be a nurse, but he would still be called sygeplejerske, even with that feminine ending. We don't really see it as a feminine ending, although I think a lot of people find that, like, if they picture sygeplejerske, they would probably picture a woman. But it is that word for both, or for all, I should say, all genders. Yeah. I have a female friend who is a doctor, and I remember she said that once she was speaking to a patient, and she was there with a male nurse, the patient kept talking to the nurse, that is, to the man next to her. And she really had to interrupt and say, det er mig, der er lægen. I'm the doctor. Because instinctively, this patient thought that the man should be the doctor and the woman should be the nurse. So I guess that's what a lot of people do. They picture a doctor as a man or woman. There's actually a lot of female doctors in Denmark, yeah? But still, I think most of us, we picture a nurse as a woman. But you can't just talk about a male nurse by taking away this sk ending, because there is also a word called sygeplejer. And that person does not do the same as a nurse. It's, of course, in the same field of work, but they don't do exactly the same things. And it is two different titles. And you can't just, by that, you just can't take away SKE from sygeplejerske and then say, now it's a man, nurse. You can't do that. So sygeplejerske really is for all genders. Sygeplejer is also for all genders, but they do different things. Yeah. That was the last example. Of course, there are more examples with pleje and pleje, but these were just examples for you to wonder about, for you to know and go out and use in the Danish society, of course. If you would like a Danish course with me, because I am a Danish teacher, then write to tina@danishmatters.dk. And if you want to support my work, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee. You can support my work with any amount that you like, small or big. There's a direct link in the comments. If you would like to check out some resources that Danish Matters offer, you can also check them out in the comments. There's, for example, my book, Danish Matters, which is for intermediate plus-ish learners. Little column-like short texts, column-like texts, most of them about the Danish language, words, expressions, and so on. There's also some little longer texts about the Danish language history. There's about swear words and whatnot in that book. It's not a Danish learning material as such. It's just for you to read through when you have the time, just to expand and improve your Danish. It's on Amazon. And if you struggle with Danish pronunciation, I have also made a video course for that. There's also a link for that in the comments, so check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I just got left to say, happy Danish learning.